Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome back to your newly revamped What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Yes, revamped, it's taken a whole week to do, even though the changes are fairly minor, fairly negligible. It's taken a week to do them, so I'm sorry about that, but we are back, we are rolling. And speaking of negligible changes, it's a chance to segue into a map that I've been asked to review but never got around to. One of these two pictures is Elena Falls 2. One of them is Elena Falls. Now what I did was I did the cinematics of Elena Falls and then did the cinematic of Elena Falls 2 and then ran them alongside each other, and I couldn't really see much of a difference. Admittedly, we're now using the new theme on the old map, but that is now the requested theme for the old map, so I think that's fairly legitimate. It's a very nice map, a very, very nice map indeed. Reviewed back in episode 368. It got 3 for aesthetics, 4 for detail and 5 for gameplay potential. But I don't feel it's worthy of a whole new show just to review a few minor changes. Very well done minor changes by Blackfire on this map. So anyway, if you want to check it out, please do go ahead and do so. But I won't be doing a full review on this particular map. Right, okay, so, revamped, everything's changed. It's now a permanent asset review to start, and I've got a little something special in the middle of the show. And if you like something special, now's your chance to show your appreciation of me being back, especially by hitting that like button. That's right, hitting the like button really does help to support the show, and it increases my volume every single day. You're lovely people. Anyway, are you ready? Here we go. Let's get rolling. Off to Asset World. That's right, we have ditched Assetville. I'm sorry, but it served its purpose. 18 months of purpose has been served. We're now looking at all the assets placed directly into Asset World, which we'll still be visiting on a Sunday, by the way. And today we'll have a look at these stupid duplexes by Honker, currently number 1 in the item charts. Well done, Honker. These are really lovely again. Lovely duplexes, apparently seen all over Chicago. I think it was Chicago that they're modelling their buildings on. Yes, indeed. They'll go, well, they're already, this is in Asset World already. And then on Sundays, we'll go back to Asset World and we'll put another 6 assets in as well. So don't worry, if you like your Asset World on a Sunday, we'll still be visiting, but there'll already be more stuff in the city. Anyway, there you go. Stupid duplexes by Honker. Today's asset of the day, and really quite cute too. Right, what comes after? Oh yeah, I remember. Themington Island! No changes to Themington Island. We're saying exactly as it was. And this week we'll have a look at Starburg by Ronix69 with the Satellite LUT, which of course was by Creative Dex. What a combo, eh? Ronix and Dex, blimey. Okay, and because I know you love them so much, the factoids are back. Hooray! The ancient Egyptians were so mad about having male rulers, sorry ladies, that when, oh here we go, that when Queen Hatshepsut, sorry about that, Hatshepsut, yeah, ascended to the throne, she was officially portrayed with a beard and no bosoms. Oh, blimey, sounds like my lovely Latvian next door neighbour. Sorry. There are about 2 million exclusively homosexual men in Britain. Yes, I think it's more than that. I genuinely think it's more than that. Anyway, that's the 80s for you. Underestimating everything. And back to today's show. Are you ready for today's show? Are you ready for a really nice map? It's one of my favourite creators today. One of them. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this one. It's Horseshoe Bay by Douglas. Douglas responsible for some of the very best desert maps we have got on the workshop. This one, it's not desert. This one's really very nice indeed. There's your start square. Start square looks just like that, and everything you expect is in there, of course. And then if we have a look at the resources look like that. Not really an industries map, but honestly, I don't care. I read this map, I really don't care. It's so pretty. You do need like loads of DLC for this one. Mass transit, and well, you can see it on screen now. And there is a one-click collection. That's the requirement list on the right there. But we'll have a look at the one-click collection. And don't forget, you can use pause while I jabber on a little bit. Now, there is no recommended LUT for today's map, so when there's no recommended LUT, we always go with a realistic 1.2. I have a gut feeling there are better LUTs for this map than realistic 1.2, but to be fair, I always stick with that one. That was the one that you voted in, and I don't want to choose a better LUT by my opinion to benefit a map that I want to look good. So we're just going to stick with those basic rules. So anyway, yes. The terrain work. Yeah, the terrain work on this map is really nice. Look at this tunnel, the way it's tapered down into this under. It's not really a river, but like it's a bay underpass. I think there's a word for that, and it's escaped me because it's been so long since I've spoken. I haven't spoken for days. Look at the detailing as well. This is very simple but effective detailing. I like that. And then across here, we then reach a bridge, and it's beautifully worked. See, the angle doesn't hardly change at all. And at the highest point here, oh look, a drowned tree. That won't be the only drowned tree we see today, I'm sorry to say. Over here, we've got some nice ferry markings there that show you where you put your ferries through. If you want to run your ferries, I think you should. I really do think you should. And then over here now, these are rocks that we got free with the Park Life DLC. Well, I've got to tell you that normally they look so cheesy, and Douglas has done them proud. I have not seen them done this well before, and of course it would be Douglas that shows us how to use them correctly. Well done, my friend. Intersection, not really too much to say about this one. It's a start square intersection. What we'll do is we'll go down and have a look at the start square. It looks like this. And that for me is perfectly fine. Everything's good there. We don't get the full river, but you get enough of the river. It looks pretty flat. I'll just switch the train on and off. Train lines on and off. Can't even see any lines appearing. It looks flat at ground level. I'm prepared to accept that that's a very, very flat build area. Got a little bit of tree glitching through the edge of the highway ramp there, but it's negligible. It's minor stuff. It's not going to affect anybody. Move the trees back a quarter of a millimetre. You'll be fine. And of course the lane merging is beautiful as well. Can't grumble, won't grumble, not gonna grumble. Love it. Over here we've got a road over rail. Nice terrain work again with the keys there. And yeah, and little turn back there just in case you miss your turn off. And you don't want to drive all the way down to the next my next town to come back. Intersection's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Everything about this, including the way the rail has been worked through it. I mean, look at this. Look at that. That is just absolutely beautiful. Can't use the word beautiful enough. It's really, really very nicely done indeed. Yeah, everything's good. I had a look around. We've got a few trees that want to be a bit naughty there. Again, the trees are a little bit naughty on this map here and there. Not a lot of bit naughty, just a little bit naughty. And we've got the Merca sign. I'm not sure what the Merca sign is all about. Maybe it's telling us there's a gas station somewhere down here. Now, we've got a lot of lanes here, and that's fine. That is fine. Look at how low these street lamps are. I've not seen them work that low. It must be, well, I don't know. This must be a trick. Now these are high. These are the like the airway lamps. These are very nice indeed. And then down here, the Besquikelhausen Bay Bridge. Look at this. This is really clever. We have got traffic splitting, and then going on 2 tiers on the loop to get up to the bridge. That's fine. 2 tiers. And if we come here, look, we've got 2 lanes, 2 highways of traffic, both going in the same direction. Why? Well, I do have the answer. First of all, let's show you the bridge. Oh, look at that. Let me show you the bridge. Now let's come over here and watch it as it comes back down to ground. Look at this. It comes over here, then it's split again, and tidily and beautifully arcing. If we can follow this one, this will go straight on And then if you follow it far enough, that'll take you up to the fog right by the river mouth at the top there, or the river source at the top there. Down here though, if we take the other one, the lower highway, that's going to loop us around. Look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. I am just crying on the inside here. The highway split again, and then got split level and come back together for this little across there. Oh, by the way, we got a little castle. Look at this now. I don't mind the submerged graveyard, but look at this. Looks like erosion is working its dues here. I don't mind the erosion. Got to say that the vanilla trees on here I feel would be dead by now. Personally, even if it's tidal, I imagine they probably wouldn't have survived this long. But the castle's very nice indeed, and you can use mods to get rid of vanilla trees off of vanilla assets, but we haven't, obviously. Now let me show you up here. If you haven't got Park Life, you're going to see something for the first time. Yeah, can you see it already? Look at that. Let me go down. Come down to the park. Oh, before we enter the park, let's come down and see what this sign's all about. Ferry line. Okay. If you think there's ferries up here, then, well, you're sadly wrong. But look, we have active fireworks. Yes, you do need the DLC to be able to see these fireworks. Let me turn the lights off and down to about here. Oh, hang on. No. Get dark. We want it. There you go. Bit of dusk. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, yes. So pretty. Anyways, yes, we've got fireworks. I'm absorbing this. I'm tempted to make this a screenshot, but I might use it as a thumbnail. I think we'll end the show on something a bit more generic, but I might just use that for the thumbnail. You'll know before me because I haven't decided yet. And you've obviously found the video already via the thumbnail. Yeah, lovely little park going on here. Let's go back. Let's have a look back at the roads again. Back down to the highway. And take a right. And carry along here. Another Merca sign. Once again, I think that means there's fuel around here somewhere. Haven't found somewhere to refuel, but hey-ho. Along here, we got the rail between the roads, which then separates off on its own. Well done, rail. Off you go. Follow the roads again, and again we've got one highway going off its own way for a purpose, going up the side of the hill, get a bit of elevation, and then we have got these retaining walls stroke keys. I'm sure they're the retaining walls though. Minor grumble, minor one. This lower bank one here gets a very close to the edge of the highway, and the wider vehicles, specifically the dumper trucks I've noticed, can scrape along the edge of those. I'm going to say, when I said it was minor, I really do mean it's minor grumbles. Haven't quite got the right angle to show you. It's probably not at that exact location, but yeah, we do have a wee bit of slight encroachment, sort of, although it doesn't really. Maybe the vehicles are just too wide for the lanes. But anyways, let's have a look at the rail while we're at it. The rail, of course, is of a high standard. We haven't been down this stretch of highway, and I'm going to show you something with the highway while we're down here, because we're down here, you know. The way that it separates, and then it crisscrosses over itself, and then crisscrosses back. And once again, it's done in a way that feels natural and organic. And that is very nicely done. Again, Douglas, take a pat on the back from BonBonB. Okay, we'll just follow the rail along. There's not too much to talk about with the rail because it is of a high standard. And I'm going to forewarn you in advance that the cheese is back. Yes, the cheese is back. Episode 500, if you remember, there was a partly finished revamp. Oh, logging area, look at this. And so left or right, I haven't decided. I'm just going to randomly choose. So yes, we have the cheese coming back, but it's now fully revamped, and hopefully it'll be a little bit entertaining and informational, and hopefully will promote everybody one way or another. Right, okay, as we head off towards the fog, there will be one last thing to have a little look at. There is a small industrial area up here. When we get up there, we'll take a little drift off towards the right. I can see the factory now. There it is. And we'll prepare ourselves for, yes, the revamped interval break. Sit back and enjoy.
Do you recall cul-de-sacs look like this? Do you want them to look like this? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to the Perfect Cul-de-sacs by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
Thank you very much, Zach. Thank you so much for the voiceover. Back to Horseshoe Bay by Douglas. This particular shipping route I'm not particularly sold on. That one doesn't do anything for me, and to reach the mainland it's going to have to cut across the second highway shipping route on the right. Yeah, not big sold on that. Do like the way that comes through there with the tunnels underneath, and then beautifully splits off here and off that way. Oh look, there's an extra route that goes off underneath that tunnel. That's all good. Yeah, everything's good. Lots and lots and lots of shipping routes, lots of options. This follows up through this bridge and through that bridge. Where's the one with the ferry routes? Huh? Hang on a second. Where is the bridge with the ferry routes? Was it up this river? There it is. Ah, I see. So, right, we are meant to use that for ferries and not for shipping. I get it. I understand. Okay, we get the point, Douglas. We like that. Well, I do. We got lots of water flow on this map. Do not underestimate the amount of water that is flowing. It's very well done indeed. Nice and strong. Possibly too strong. But I'm not marking anybody down for that. It's just well done, of course. Now, the map as a whole, we've got mountains on the left, the mountains on the right, and a big flat buildy area in the middle. And that, for me, is like 3/4 of the way to getting the 5th star. It is. As long as everything's in place, yeah, you can't really grumble. I am going to mumble and grumble a bit about the trees, though. The trees, yeah, we've got, I don't know if you can see underneath there, it's a bit murky. Let me use move it. That's the button there, yeah. Come on, move it. And marquee tool. If I just drag over that, you'll be able to see. Look, all those trees under the water there. There's lots of those. There is also, and I did go back and have a look, but I couldn't find it a second time. You know, this mossy, another tree in the water there. All this mossy stuff that has come as free upgrades. Yeah, there's a little bit of that glitching through some keys or through a key somewhere, but I couldn't find it a second time, so I'm not showing it to you. But yeah, the detailing problems on this map are negligible, and I think it's one of those things that actually, if you took this map on, you wouldn't worry too much about it until you worked in an area, you saw a tree like that one there, and then you just took out the bulldozer tool and just got rid of it. A little cluster down here. I don't mind trees in the river, don't get me wrong. I don't mind them if I buy into them, if I think that it's just flooding, you know, and it just feels like it's the rainy season or something. But just a lot of these trees feel like they don't actually belong in the river at all. Loving the water textures. Don't forget, this is a specific theme built specifically for the map, the Horseshoe theme and the Horseshoe Bay theme even. So great work from Douglas. In terms of in terms of theme work, it's excellent. If you like those waterfalls, you're going to like what's about to follow, because we haven't even started on waterfalls. Vanilla trees on vanilla assets like this, I'm afraid it's one of those downers, really. You have to get rid of them one way or another. Look, I'm just going to show you, that's actually part of that asset. So the only way of not having them, it's the caves actually, isn't it? The only way of not having them is not placing the asset, and or by using I forgot what mod it is, but there's one that removes vanilla trees. I think it might be called Remove Vanilla Trees mod. Look at this waterfall. Look at that. That is amazing. You know how hard it is to get a waterfall looking solid like that? I've got some water glitching there. But yeah, to get a waterfall with solid flow like that is very hard indeed. The trees on the cliff edges there normally are marked down, but I totally buy into them. I think it's the foliage underneath it that kind of makes it look real. So once again, I'm going to let that go. Quite happy with that. And then this is all very nice. And look how pretty. Even this area here, random place near the edge of the map. Look at that. That's a screenshot in itself. Great work on this map. And then just as you get to the edge of the map, you get more trees in the depths of the water. That's the deepest point. That's not flooding. That is, well, that's just forgotten about. It's a shame, because all told, honestly, this map is absolutely stunning and absolutely amazing, as are most of Douglas's maps. In fact, when I say most, I can't think of one that hasn't been stunning and amazing. We come back over this side of the map. There's something I wanted to show you. The vanilla trees on rocks down here. There you go. Water coming out of here. That's it. River mouth. And once again, we have got vanilla trees on the vanilla rock under the water that would not belong. It's a shame. It's a shame, that little thing. We haven't had a look at this majestic castle up on the ridge here. It's beautiful. I love the way that, I think it's prop it up or prop snapping has been used to create this like telescope effect on the towers. It looks amazing. The only thing I don't buy into at all is, and it's a stunning castle, the way that these towers are on like little land plinths. Kind of don't really get that at all. Other than that, though, I'm well into this map, well into this castle even. Yeah, well into the map, of course I'm into the map. Your chance to vote on this map, the first one since the break. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? You're welcome to Horseshoe Bay by voting on this map, and your vote really does count. It goes towards the end of month Viewers' Choice Awards, where we pick the top 10 maps of the month. When I say we, I mean you, and I just collate the scores. Okay, let's mark this thing up. Aesthetically, do you know what? I can't really think of anything that could make this map look better. I really can't. The theme is amazing, the framework is amazing, and overall I think there's no way of marking it down from 5 stars. For detail is basically a 5-star map with drowned trees, a little bit of tree glitching, and some moss glitching that I couldn't find a second time. So I kind of got to give it a very strong 4 stars. I can't give it the 5th, but I can very strong 4. Gameplay potential. Now, I can see how some of you might really want to play this map, and all I can say to you guys is you may think this is a 5-star map for gameplay, but there's one very important thing. You're absolutely right. It's all there, isn't it? It's a beautiful, beautiful map, well designed, well constructed, 5 stars. And of course, yeah, it has to get the BonBonB seal of approval. It's just too good. But is it going to be one of my best of 2018? Well, that'll be coming up over Christmas and New Year. Watch out for that one. And if you're particularly interested in checking out for maps that might be good, there's one up on the screen now. Of course there is. So do go and check that one out as well. You can vote on that too, because I've just added the poll to that as well. Right, anyway, thanks very much. I'll catch you tomorrow for another What Map, and hopefully some news about what's coming up over Christmas and New Year. See you then. Have a great day.